So this is the 10-year anniversary of the Moby Destroyed tour. We went out for about 3.5 months, toured around Europe, the Middle East, did festivals all over the place. It was a crazy experience and one that I'm glad that I had, that's for sure. So about a month into the tour, we're getting ready to play in Belgrade, Serbia. And the interesting thing about this show was that we were going to be playing with Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse was going to open up for us, and then 2 days later we would be playing in Athens, Greece, and we would open for her. So this was going to be her first show back from rehab and the first show of her new tour. So this was like the comeback big show. And I've never really been somebody to be starstruck by anybody, but there was something about Amy Winehouse that I definitely wanted to make sure that I got a glimpse of her. So we're playing at this festival, and what I remember about it was this outdoor thing, and it was like this fortress or something, like a medieval fortress. And I remember there was a stage, and the people were on this side, and there was like the backstage was just this camp. It was open air, and there was a bunch of camps. Moby's camp was at the end, and Amy Winehouse's was closest to the stage. So I see this bench right by Amy's camp. So I sit down, and I got my sticks with me, and I'm warming up, you know, looking like I belong there. And I remember it was taking a long time. She was running late. The crowd was getting a little restless, but they were excited for what they thought they were gonna see. And then the band came out. A couple guys from the band came out. I remember they were wearing like orange tuxedos, and they were all psyched, and they were all like high-fiving and hugging each other, and they're like, you know, we made it, we're here, we're gonna do this. So they go up and they take the stage, and they're playing, and the crowd's going crazy, because here we go, the show's gonna start. So they're playing, and they sound great. They're laying the stuff down, and Amy's not coming out, and more time's going by, and these guys are still playing, and finally, a big group of people come out of the trailer. And I'm just sitting there, tapping with my sticks, sitting on the bench, and I remember this one guy in her entourage just shoot me these daggers, like, who the hell are you, and what are you doing here? So anyways, the crowd, they kind of come slowly walking by me, and I don't know, there were probably like 8 people maybe, like surrounding, and in the middle was this little tiny person, big dark hair and a blonde streak, and they piled into this van, and they drove about 40 yards to the back of the stage. Doors open up, the guys get out, they go and take her out of the van, and I see people starting to separate from her, and I can see her just kind of swaying, just kind of doing this like swaying, and they're kind of trying to hold her up and prop her up, and I'm like, wow. And you can see she was not in condition to go up on stage. And I'm thinking, wow, this is gonna be crazy. Crowd's going wild. She climbs up the steps with help. She goes out, and I snapped a couple of pictures from backstage, and you can see a lot of clips. There's clips all over the place from this show. It's in the documentary. You can find it and see what happened. So I ran back to the camp, and I got Moby, and I told him, you got to see what's happening. And we ran up to the stage, the two of us, and watched what was happening. And we were standing behind the monitors, and I snapped 15 seconds of her from behind the monitors. And you can see what's going on. She's kind of introducing the band or something, but it was a lot of this. I think she was probably up there for about a half hour. By the second song, people were booing. By the third song, they were chanting for Moby. When she came off the stage, she just laid on a flight case in the back, and then we went on and played. And the next day, it was on the news and everything, and she had canceled the remainder of the tour, so we never did the gig with her in Athens. And then about 3 weeks after that, we were playing in Rome, and that was when I got the news that she had died. So it was roughly 3 weeks after this performance.
Anyway,